Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to view one of the most exciting videos of all time in my channel because of course this can be a most interesting video by default. Why? Because today you are going to know about you can say that the whole process, how things are getting developed uh, as an rich industry grade application base, which is industry grade application, and it means how things are developed from scratch. Suppose you are going to develop your own product by making up a team, or you are going to get to an organization that provides a service for sure, and you will tell them that build, this is my application and build it, right? So the whole process is going to be very very means very informative for you today. The video will be okay, and yeah, be with the video and let's check out. So first I'm going to write in short things, okay, what I have to discuss with you all today. So first LD, development life cycle, yes. Then SDLC, that is software development life cycle. Then something called business idea. Then I will later on discuss about each and everything, so don't worry. Then what are sprints, yeah. Then different environments. Then your deployment, okay. And what more can be the topics? mm, from stacks in this front end and back end, okay. And before this everything, after business idea we go with planning, and you can say overall planning, okay, because sometimes we do planning with the ongoing things. So yeah, I will discuss about this too. And what can be the more things? DevOps if needed, and uh, yeah, cool. So these are the things we are going to discuss upon today. So yeah, let's get to them one by one, okay. No hurriness. First, SDLC. What's an SDLC? For that we will use a line here and separate the page, okay. Now here I will write, so what is SDLC? Its full form is software development life cycle, okay. Now software development life cycle is basically the development cycle of an application, okay. In this thing, we go with the planning till the development, till the production deployment, till the testing, and yeah, the and deployment of the production environment to the life, okay. Don't worry, I will get to all these things. So means from scratch, building up a application from scratch till the end is SDLC, okay. Now this SDLC has has some types of its own, and there are two famous types, okay. So one is waterfall, waterfall, and the other one is, if I can do it, okay. uh, yeah, it's not doing properly, okay. So waterfall first, and then second is, give me a minute, I will do something. Yeah, okay. So we can adjust, right? We can adjust. I'm not familiar with this tool much. And second is agile. So these two are the main SDLC types, okay. So what is waterfall? Waterfall means when suppose you are an organization, right, and you have to develop a product for someone else. He is giving you the money. Now in waterfall, okay, in waterfall, the client will plan with you properly at once, everything, okay, from the UI UX till the front end till the back end stacks and everything, the business idea of the application, everything at once. And you are going to create it as an organization, test it, deploy it, finish up. So that is uh, waterfall type, okay, that waterfall SDLC type. What is agile? Agile is basically when client is giving you the uh, business idea or the requirements in chunks, okay, so maybe there are 5 chunks, 10 chunks, 100 chunks, depending upon how bigger the application is, okay. Now that each chunks is something called sprint. Now this sprint itself has can be means every office or corporate can use their own words, but basically it is called a sprint, each chunk. And as an organization you will have to build each chunk, test it, deploy it in development mode, okay. So these are the two kinds. What basically is used in today's world? So basically we use agile mode, okay. We use agile mode. Why? Because it's simple now. You can't decide whole UI UX and everything at once, if you have option, okay. Mostly why? Because there can be that you have a certain kind of business idea, you want to develop an application around that, but you will encounter bugs, you will encounter problems, right? And you have to modify the application, enhance the idea, the way you are coding it, okay, to resolve that bugs, or to get to the requirements clients are asking. Yes. So mostly we decide to go with the agile SDLC form, okay. What's an business idea? Business idea is basically upon the idea around which your application is built upon, okay. So whenever a client came on board himself or herself, he first discussed the business idea. What's his major business idea, why we have to develop his or her application, what's the process, what's it's going to do, okay. And depending upon the business idea, the whole planning comes within. Now comes the planning part. What's a planning? Planning means stacks. In the planning things, first comes the business idea, the scalability part, everything. But let's think about that. This is an agile model we are following. So the scalability part means we are not discussing. We are discussing about the business idea, and depending upon that, the we will discuss the front end and back end part. Now in front end there can be React, Angular, uh, or pure JavaScript, which we don't use generally in today's world. So React, Angular, okay. And as we know that React is quite famous, so front end, let's assume React. In backend it can be .NET, PHP, which is actually deprecated a lot, Node.js, Nest.js, be very precise, the industry based one, and the most famous Spring Boot, that is Java, okay. So front end, let's take React. Back end, let's take .NET for now, okay, because my company follows that only. Then planning done. So what's the stack we are going to make? What's the business idea? How much money client is going to pay? Now comes the sprint part. What is a sprint? Sprint is basically the chunks. So each time what happens is, each time client is giving you the some kind of sprint. Either it's a sprint, and it will be serialized like sprint 1, then sprint 2. And as an organization, okay, as an organization, what we have to do is, the best practice would be that this sprint 1, sprint 2, taken as an individual tasks, like let's take suppose client has provided us sprint 1 and sprint 2 at the same time. Now we are with the client and we are saying that first we will complete the sprint 1 completely, and then we will move to the sprint 2 part, okay. So the sprint 1 should be planned accordingly. Now there is something called demo day, okay. So whenever we make an application, we provide demo to the clients for their satisfaction, okay. every time the demo is either we show the progress of the sprints or we generally deliver the sprint. Okay, when delivering sprint means we have completed that sprint tasks. So sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, it will come along the way. What's an in the development environment? A development environment is different environment, sorry. So different environments, what I mean is that there are three kinds of there means if whenever we develop certain kind of application. Okay, sorry. Whenever we develop an application, okay, so we have three means three different environments. We have three different environments. Okay, at least I'm saying at least environments. Let's do it like this. Yeah, yeah. What are the three environments? First is developer environment, second is stage or testing environment, okay, and third is production environment. Okay, now why these three environments are needed? So first, this developer environment, okay, this is the basic environment when we initiate our project, when developers develop the project. Okay, now suppose we are halfway through the projects, there are 30-40 sprints we have completed, as we have completed that, and right now we want to like client wants us to uh, make launch his first product in the production. In the production means he wants to make his business idea live, okay, with our application we built. So for that, from going from the developer part to production part, it's not an easy job. Why? Because whenever we develop something, it's quite quick, and there has to be bugs, there has to be bugs, okay, and because things changes lot of time, so there has to be bug. Now that bugs to be tested in this part, stage part, that is the testing part. So developer part, developers develop the develop your, what to say, your application, and from developer side they actually test it at least once. From the one they come from, they are making, okay, that is it working or not properly, what they are working upon, okay. Then the stage part, the stage part here, the QAs, something called, we have something called, we have people with name QA, that is quality assurance, okay. Now this QA will always test the product the developers developed in stage part, okay. So as soon as developers develop something and they test it from their side, they will send it to stage environment, okay. Now this stage in this stage environment, the QA will always, the quality assurance people will always try to test things in different ways, okay. So they will test things in different ways, whatever the ways can be, and they will find all types of bugs if there are any left. Now whenever, if there is, suppose the QA found 2 to 3 bugs, they will again record these bugs and send it to, and will send it to developer, okay. Will send it to developer. Now developer will again resolve the bugs, and then after testing it will again send to stage part. Now if there is no bugs left with completing the sprints client want, then only we are going to send the application into the production environment, and now things are live, okay. So application is live for the normal audience, normal people. Until before that the deployed links for developer and stage are only known to people who are developing, or either QA or the client itself, okay. Now these repos are totally private. These repos are totally yeah, it's private. Deployment, upon deployment, yeah, I have something to say upon deployment too. Now you got what is different environments, what is deployment. So deployment, okay, so whenever developer develops something, okay, whatever may be the environment, okay, for testing it, the application, for testing the application, we need to deploy each environments, okay, each environment's application. And for that we make different kind of workflows, so that the whenever we push our codes to GitHub, the deployment will automatically start with the workflow. Okay, now there is something called CI/CD in between. Okay, so in that workflow we write CI/CD, developer writes CI/CD. Okay, CI/CD is basically pipeline. Okay, pipeline to check if everything is fine or not, okay, in the code itself. Okay, so this is a very responsible part, whoever is writing the CI/CD, and this happens after build. And if everything is fine, then the code will be deployed. Okay, cool. Now the only thing left is DevOps. So this I will tell you in next video, how things gets assembled, how we go with the DevOps part. Well, this CI/CD is also a DevOps kind of thing, but there are a lot more to, means this CI/CD comes under DevOps part only, but there are a lot more things to know. And yeah, wait for the second video. We will meet again. Thank you for being my audience. We will meet in next video. Thank you.